Hey, what's going on guys? Welcome to the Ultimate Dark Matter Guide. In this video, I'll be giving you a couple of tips, pros and cons of the 3 on-disc maps, strategies, class setups, and I'll be going over a couple of the more difficult weapons. So without further ado, let's begin. The first thing I'll be going over are the class setups, and there really is only one. What you want to take in is Stone Cold Stronghold, Bandolier Bandit, Dying Wish, and Deadshot Dealer as your tonic perk, so you can get that sweet modifier which gives you a headshot damage boost when you get 5 headshot kills in a row. For your elixirs, take in anywhere but here to get out of sticky situations, head scan for a couple of easy headshots, temporal gift so you can keep max ammos around longer and to extend the time limit for insta kills, and for your last elixir, take in whatever you would like. Now for your starting weapon, I recommend the Strife with the stiletto knife so you can get a shit ton of points in the early rounds. As for your special weapon and equipment, I'll leave that up to you. Moving on to the pros and cons of the 3 on-disc maps, let's start with Blood of the Dead, but before I do so, let's just quickly go over the challenges. For the performance camos, you will need either 2400 or 3600 headshots depending on the weapon, or 4800 kills for some weapons. And for the technical camos, they consist of 2000 kills with an optic and 5 attachments, or 2000 kills with 4 perks activated, 2000 kills with the weapon pack-a-punch, 2000 kills with no attachments, or 2000 kills with no perks activated, and the last 2 are 50 heavy zombie kills and 10 boss zombie kills. Now back to the original topic, the pros for Blood of the Dead are only 3 zombie types, easy and quick boss zombie kills, only map with a M1927, good camping spots, good training spots, multiple ways to get max ammos, and you can go through rounds very quickly. And for the cons, we have no heavy zombies, and that's it. There really aren't any cons in terms of camo grinding. Moving on, we have 9, and the pros for this map are plenty of heavy zombie kills and guaranteed 2 max ammos when doing challenges. And for the cons, we have 9 different zombie types, so it gets hectic, bad training spots, no camping spots, boss zombies don't spawn in very often, water catalysts can make hordes too strong for normal weapons, and gladiators ruin your trains. As for Voyage of Despair, we literally aren't even going to talk about that map, just don't play it if you're grinding Dark Matter, trust me. So as you guys can see, Blood of the Dead is superior in terms of camo grinding, but now that we've got that out of the way, let's go over a couple of tips. So for the technical camos, there are 2 that can be done at once, and those are Red Hex Redux and Gutter Ball, or the Gutter Ball and Spore camos. For example, instead of just getting 2000 kills with 5 attachments and then getting 2000 kills with the weapon Pack-a-Punch, save yourself some time by Pack-a-Punching your gun first and then getting 2000 kills total, that way you can get both camos. Another tip is to never put on a weapon operator mod to complete the 2000 kills with 5 attachments, because even though it takes up 2 attachment slots, it does not count. This one is also pretty helpful, and that is to play on casual. I can't stress this enough. It doesn't matter if you're an amazing zombies player, playing on casual will save you so much time, allow you to get more camos done, as well as letting you chill when grinding. The zombies are slower, they have less health, plus their health caps at round 36. You also want to go for high rounds, because the higher the round, the more zombies that spawn in per round, which means you can get more camos done quicker and in a single game. Oh, and one more thing I want to mention is that if you're grinding out headshots, only pack-a-punch your weapon once, that way the alternate ammo types don't take your kills. Now that's going to be it for the tips. I will give a couple more later on when I'm explaining strategies and going over the more difficult weapons. Now it's time to talk strategies, and since Blood of the Dead is the best map for camo grinding, we will only be talking about strats on it. The first strategy that I use a lot is to camp in the gondola, because it's pretty much like the classic Durace camping spot on the catwalk. The best part about this camping spot though is that no wardens spawn in as long as you're in it, so if you're grinding out headshot camos, guess what? You only have to worry about zombies and dogs, that's it. But wait, there is one small problem with the strat, and that is that it's only viable till up to round 30 for some weapons like the SX, most of the snipers, and pistols. Once you finish your headshot camos, I recommend training on the rooftop or in the cafeteria, that way wardens can spawn in and you can get those 10 boss zombie kills done quickly. Not only that, but when you reach round 45 or so, when using the gondola strat, you start to have ammo problems with box weapons, so what I do is put firebomb on my weapon and then use that to kill full trains. Another strategy that I use all the time is killing in the spawn room with the stiletto knife till about round 6, then I buy the doors to the box and hit it till I get the box weapon that I need. If I don't get a certain weapon before the box leaves, then I just go ahead and rinse and repeat the strat until I do get the weapon. Alright, well that's going to wrap up the strategies portion of the video, and to completely wrap things up, let's just go over a couple of tips for some of the more difficult weapons that people seem to have trouble with. First up is the most hated weapon, the Wehling. So as you may know, you have to get 2400 headshots with this weapon, even though it starts losing damage after round 2 on casual. And if that isn't bad enough, you can't get headshots if you pack-a-punch it because, well, it shoots out explosives. So what I did is grind another weapon while keeping my Wehling unpacked and as my secondary, and whenever I would get an insta-kill, I would pop Temporal Gift and then go crazy on the zombies. Also, if you get a max ammo, pop head scan, use up all your ammo on the zombies, and then pick up the max ammo so you can make the most out of your extra bullets. Next up, we have the SX, and while it may be a garbage weapon, it isn't nearly as bad as the Wehling. Believe it or not, you can actually go to round 30 using the gondola strat without too much trouble, but make sure you pack-a-punch the gun 4 times, use Stone Cold Stronghold, and get the headshot damage boost from Deadshot Dealer. That way you have a damage boost from 3 different things, and headshots won't be too difficult to get. Once you get overrun on the gondola, I recommend just training in the spawn area, that way you can buy ammo for the SX whenever you need it. This next weapon, I don't really understand why the community is having so much trouble with it, but it's the EScargot. What I did to get the headshots done for this weapon is just train in the office area on classified for about 25 rounds without pack-a-punching the weapon and without using the elevator at all. Trust me, it's easier than it sounds, and you can get all the headshots done in about 4 to 5 games. Also, just so you know, I did pack-a-punch the weapon just to see how hard it was to get headshots since it gets explosive rounds, and honestly, I couldn't tell the difference. Now for the VKM headshots, all I did was use the gondola strat, except I didn't pack-a-punch the weapon at all because when you do pack-a-punch this weapon, it gains explosive rounds which make it insanely hard to get headshots with. No joke, I found this harder to do than any other weapon besides the Wehling, of course. Also, when you can't hold off in the gondola, just restart and repeat the strategy or pack-a-punch the weapon, train zombies, and try to get as many headshots as possible before you run into any ammo issues. I also use the strategy for the Hitchcock because these weapons are basically the same thing, except the Hitchcock is a bit easier to get headshots with. One weapon that I want to quickly get in here is the M1927. I know people have been having trouble getting the vermin kills, which are dog kills, and all I can say is to just have the weapon as your secondary while grinding another one, and whenever a dog spawns in, just swap weapons and kill it. This is pretty much the fastest strat you can do, unless the Blood of the Dead Gauntlet has some crazy dog only round that could help. And for the final weapon, we have the Paladin. Same thing as before, when you pack-a-punch this weapon, it gains explosive rounds, which I guess 1, make it harder to get headshots, and 2, they prevent the weapon from getting collateral kills. But the Paladin can one-shot kill to the head, even in the higher rounds, so there really is no point in pack-a-punching this weapon besides ammo. Now, before I end the video, I just want to include that you don't need to get the camos done for the Bowie knife or any of the DLC weapons that they added or that they will add in the future to get dark matter. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. If you found this helpful, make sure you drop a like as well as a sub if you're new to the channel. Any questions that you may have, leave them down in the comment section below. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next video.